frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. Set. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your flow. But closing. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, stay back. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch, they saying you switch 'cause you won't get it, you know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. Why but you wanna be famous, they act like they made us, you know I'm icy in Vegas, this for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, when it's not savings, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause, ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out this, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Hey. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback and a comes out to the 25-yard line.
And up 18 Gator.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Get it.
They'll start here with Jackson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
As you watch that one unfold, didn't you think to yourself, just knock it down because of where he was?
Great catch, but losing yardage.
Hard to change what they are, isn't it? When they see the ball in the air, they're programmed to go get it.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. On second down, this is Jackson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go. 30 base.
You don't know no better.
Deep rip.
Back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Intended that time for Cooper. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Alert, flare. He's coming. We got double up. Switch. Check.
Look, squeeze. Shoot.
A first down carry for Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They keep it with Davis on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
Got it.
Double time.
Hey, orbit. Five.
Off the play fake. Elway. He's got Smith here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
First down, Broncos.
Here we go. 50, plant.
On first down, Davis. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down, Elway. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Davis will try to run for it, and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
Ready.
Single receiver. Hey, you're
Ready.
Now Elway on first down. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
On the ready.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Second and 13. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, 4 down.
Hey, exit.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ready,
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run the counter. Jackson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, alert three. Watch safety three.
Out of the gun now on third down. Over the middle, he's got Biletnikoff. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Hey, high 7. Go.
Elway now off of play action. That's complete to Sharp. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
80 weapon.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 10-2 soft. Ready.
Play action. Elway. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Elway to throw. Looking here for Schmidt downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On the set.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He may try and run for this. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes pose and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. Protein spill.
2nd and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 26.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Jackson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now it's Elway. Flush to his right. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Know your job. Hey, Delta. Hey, 41. We got to wedge that, huh? Here we go, D. Here.
Elway now looking to throw on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, sir.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's got Casper over the middle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 start. Hey, let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on.
Working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Single. Check 83, ball going.
They fake the give. Now Elway. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now it's Jackson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On third down, this is Jackson. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let's get it. Down.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Everyone's got 4 down. Hatchet. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Let's get some penetration here. We're getting some penetration.
Now it's Elway. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Davis. Oh, nice move. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Shoot. Ready.
On the carry, it's Davis. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Elway. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now Davis. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Who that? 61, matchbox, lights. Now.
They go again with Davis. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Play action. It's Elway. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Off the play fake. Elway. And that's complete to McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Elway. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught by Jackson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Hey, check. Hey, watch this, watch it.
Topper. Go.
They'll run with Jackson. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
On the set.
Mike 51, Mike 51. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Check, 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 check.
Check.
General West.
Bang, bang.
They go.
They run again with Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Here's the Raiders punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
80 weapons. Get it.
Again, it's Davis. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Check protein spill. Hey, Haywood.
Check 31.
On 3rd down, Davis. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Davis. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Everyone's got 4. 4 down.
They'll run again with Jackson. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Set 15 line. 15 line.
On 1st down, Jackson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's caught by Jackson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Hey, Pilot, 64, weak.
He'll look to throw. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. 4 yards on the touchdown grab, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
Here we go, set. 18, Gator. Watch out. Tight end right. Hey, wahoo. There go.
Elway to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline